Hey guys, an interesting topic came up on our guild's Discord last week and I wanted to share this with you because it's a really cool thing to talk about, yeah? We were discussing our fears for the game, our worries and in general our hopes for Bless in the West, yeah? So in this video we're gonna talk about my fears regarding Bless, and I am very interested to know if you guys have any worries or maybe just hopes, right, for the game in Europe or North America, doesn't matter, in the West in general. So please tell me in the comments below, because in life we are only afraid of not having or losing things that we really care about, yeah? So being a little bit afraid is a positive feeling because that means you actually care about Bless, yeah? Same as we do in our guild. That's why we were discussing it. At the end of the discussion, the craziest part is that we agreed that Bless is like a potato and Neo is like a chef. So throughout this video I'm gonna tell you what the potato thing means and how Bless is like a potato. But first I wanna tell you a few things. I care about many things in an MMORPG, but there's three I need above all else. Number one, a fair or as close to fair as possible PvP. Number two, a more complex class and skill system than your average thing. Number three, a difficult endgame group PvE content. Now these three I need a lot in games. From the get-go, I can say that Bless gives me fair PvP because they have a really awesome system behind it. I'm very happy with the way they thought about PvP in general, yeah? I can also say that the class and skill system in Bless are great, complex enough to let you theory craft a lot, but not hard to understand. So that's really cool. So as you can see, two of my three most important needs are fully satisfied. Reason why I always said it's a really good game. But there's a third, guys. Very important thing for me, the endgame PvE difficulty, yeah? Which I feel that currently is not in a good place. And because of that, it's actually my biggest worry and my biggest fear for the game. I fear that Bless will trivialize content and rewards from content. And that's not gonna help. It never helped in any MMORPG. It never will help, ever. Now, the content I'm mainly talking about here is PvE, but this also applies to PvP. Almost exactly the same. In terms of rewards, which again, if they are not well balanced and if you get all unique mounts and ranks and everything in a week, you'll just be bored and without motivation to continue. Now, people want to be engaged in content. People need goals to work for. And that's one reason we play MMORPGs, right? For that progression, for those moments at the end of a long road and so on, yeah? If I want to play a game in which I'm decked out in 30 minutes, I'm gonna go play Dota 2. But in an MMO, it is crucial to have long-term character development goals. This is the political way to call them. And that means stats, which in turn means gear, which means killing bosses or players, which finally means that easy bosses equals easy gear, and easy gear equals I'm just gonna go play something else now because I'm done in Bless after 3 weeks. And no, the solution for this is not easy content and very rare drops, just so it can give you that bullshit feeling of purpose that gets you into this fake grind, right? That just feels like a job. It's actually the worst way of fixing this problem. Now, the best way of fixing this problem is to think about both sides. Now there's casual players in an MMO and there's hardcore players. There's no need to upset casual players and make everything super hard, but there's no need to be unfair to hardcore players and make everything super easy. You feel me? The best way to please both sides is simply to have a hard mode version, which is really hard, of endgame content. In Bless it's raiding, so a hard mode version of raids for hardcore players, same drops, only more often, because it's a lot harder. That would fix and please both sides. Leave an easier mode for the casual guy to feel like he's doing endgame, and add a hard mode for the hardcore guy to feel super happy and have lots of goals. Yeah? Now, having that said, I really hope Bless will address this and adjust their whole difficulty thing to be on the right side of things. And you know, guys, just as a side note, just in terms of PvE, if I really think about it, it's actually slightly insulting that some companies think all their players are so bad at the game that they need to have every piece of content in easy mode. I mean, I'm just saying, why? I'm aware that people say the majority is bad or stupid or whatever, but let's leave, you know, bad memes aside, guys. I talk with hundreds of players, and I've never met one that told me, "Oh, Zyvo, I quit that game because it was too hard." Everyone seems to be very motivated by a challenge, and they seem to like and appreciate challenges. And I never understood because of that, because of the people are different and the people are not wanting an easy mode of things. I never understood why developers make easy modes of everything sometimes in some games. Yeah, I cannot stress enough how important it is for players to constantly have goals and how much good this does to the game. Yeah. Alright, moving on. My second fear, and kind of the last one, is Bless being misinterpreted as a game because of the company's overall decision making. And to be more specific, I fear the game having a bad reputation or no reputation at all because of a naive company behind it. Yeah. Weird decisions with releasing the game when it was half done. Weird decision with selling it to random publishers without asking first for community feedback. Very skittish decision with social media and communication in general. And that and what seems to be a complete lack of presence inside the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I love NeoWiz for what they developed, because I love Bless, right, as an end product. Bless as a game is a really cool game, but at the same time, I don't trust NeoWiz because they've done very little to gain that trust. They seem like cute people with a good heart, but at the end of the day, so did the guys from Carbine, you know? The ones who made Wildstar, and look what happened there. It's not enough to be cute in this business. The market is rough, and mistakes in 2018 are very easily made public via social media. It's so simple. Social media, which is very unfortunately one of the biggest influencers for the community of MMORPGs and communities in general. So harsh life for MMORPGs, I admit, and especially for new ones, because everyone is looking at your game under the microscope, tracking every move you do. So being naive can end up biting you in the ass, and by that I mean mistakes like the ones I mentioned cause reactions, and reactions cause impressions, and first impressions matter a lot. Guess where first impressions are made these days, guys? Surprise! Via social media, clips on YouTube, streams on Twitch, posts on Facebook, reviews on websites, and so on and so forth. So if you have a product that is not up to par and needs rebuilding, then you've already made the social media mistake fully. My point is, it's a very normal fear to have, the fear of an unpopulated game or unpopular game. For all the wrong reasons. Bless shouldn't be unpopular and shouldn't be unpopulated, but it's just for wrong reasons like that, yeah? Because they gave people a bite of a raw potato, which brings me to the potato story, yeah? Now, as we were talking with the guildies, we decided that Bless is a raw potato, which NeoWiz, the chef, served to us 3 years ago or 2 years ago, hey guys, here you go, Korean players, here's a raw potato for you, eat it all. And Korean players ate it, and what happened? Everyone spit it out and they stopped playing. They fed it, the raw potato, to the Russians. Russians did the same. They almost fed it to the Europeans, because Europe actually had a publisher that bought the rights. Thank fuck that didn't happen, yeah, for the sake of this game. So my point is, this potato, which is Bless, is an amazing vegetable. It's something that can taste really well, that has a lot of potential if it's cooked, and then if it's cooked right. Add a bit too much salt after it's cooked and it's maybe too salty. Add too few and maybe it has too few salt. You can cook it in various ways. The only problem is that the chef NeoWiz didn't cook the potato before serving it to the world. So people now don't trust the potato because the chef made a mistake. And this is my point with Bless, that it is misinterpreted for the wrong reasons. I mean, I'm not saying it is now, but I'm just saying it might be, yeah? Now, I hope you guys see my point. Bless was the raw potato with huge tasty potential, and yeah, potato is great, amazing, could be fantastic, but don't serve it raw. And this is what I'm talking about, mistakes. Lastly, before I end this video, guys, how can I not mention the cash shop, right? As a quarter of a worry. And I'm also putting it last because I personally don't mind the cash shop. To be quite fair, I kinda love them. So it's a great way for me to support the game. Also a cool way for people that have fewer time to maybe catch up a little bit and be part of the community, get to play end game even though they don't have 12 hours a day to grind. So I don't mind cash shops. You need to know that about me, and those of you who have followed me for a long time in Hieron, you already do. And I understand that a pay-to-win cash shop is really shitty and can make many players stay away from the game, but I believe from personal experience that a game can be successful and popular even with a shop that doesn't only have skirt skins for sale. Let's call it a mildly soft pay-to-win shop, yeah? And that only happens when the game is super amazing. I strongly believe that Bless's cash shop will not be anywhere near pay-to-win because they cannot afford that. So I'm not worried much, and I also strongly believe that it will stay clean for a very long time. So reason why it's not really a fear for me, this cash shop thing, it's more of a something that can always happen in any game, so might as well point it out, right? Having all of this said, guys, I'm very interested to see the game's potential be put to good use, that potato potential, because there's a ton of it. And I want NeoWiz to get their shit together, start talking, give us challenging but rewarding content in every patch. I want them to keep their current PvP ideas because they're great and improve upon them. I want them to keep a clean-ish cash shop. Bless can become fantastic, and as I keep saying, it's all about NeoWiz's decision making. As for you lovely people, don't forget to tell me if you have any wishes, hopes, not wishes, I don't care about wishes. Everyone has wishes. I'm interested in your hopes and maybe fears and maybe worries for Bless's release in the West. And that's about it, guys. I guess I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching and lots of love.